What's up guys, Shane Starnes here with Droid Modder X. The OnePlus 6 was just announced and oh my goodness, this looks like an incredible phone, especially at the price point. It has a ton of things going for it. It has dash charge, which is the fastest charging possible on a flagship phone to date. It retains the headphone jack, has a great software experience. It's even going to have Android P beta preview build at release, and it comes in at the affordable price that we know and love from OnePlus. All that being said, from a company whose motto is never settle, you are going to have to settle with a few things with the OnePlus 6, but will it be a big issue? I don't really think so. These are my top 5 problems with the OnePlus 6 and why they don't matter. This video was sponsored by Fame Project. Do you have a strong handle on pop culture and sports off-season team drama? How many times have you read a story and thought, I knew that was going to happen? With Fame Project, you get to use your predictive abilities to make real money on the outcome on media events like the Film Awards, reality TV, pro football draft, and celebrity news like Harvey Weinstein's potential arrest date. Sign up with fameproject.org for a free $10 trading credit and 25% funding transfer bonus when you start trading today. First up, we'll talk about the display. Yes, the big elephant in the room is that it does include a notch. The notch is of course smaller than the notch on the iPhone X, and it fits more things into that little surface. However, we still have a bottom bezel, and for most of you, a notch is not the preferred design that you would have liked to have seen on the OnePlus 6. If we dismiss the notch completely, the display is still a full HD display, so you're only going to get 1080p. This is not a quad HD display like what we see from most major flagship phones. I really don't think that's a big issue because OnePlus Full HD displays have been incredible displays that are bright, colorful, and they just look great. The only way you're going to notice a difference is if you put this display right next to a Quad HD display. The display is still super sharp, and because it's having to push out less pixels, it's actually going to save a little bit of battery life, so I don't think it's a huge issue. The next thing that really disappointed me is the fact that there's no wireless charging, even though OnePlus decided to go with a glass back on the OnePlus 6. OnePlus says that the reason for the glass back is to improve signal reception with the all-new signals that are coming in with LTE and 4G. However, I think that if they were going to go ahead and put on that glass back and we're going to have an extra opportunity to break glass, to scratch glass, then I really wish that they would have put in wireless charging. It's just a feature that all the other flagships are having these days. The iPhone X has it, the Galaxy S9 has it. If they're really going to compete with the flagships of the world, it would have been nice to see wireless charging. Wireless charging is everywhere. You're going to have it at restaurants, it's in cars now, and if it's available, I would really like to be able to use it. With the OnePlus 6, you're not going to be able to use wireless charging. The lack of wireless charging is not a deal breaker when you consider dash charge, which is the fastest way to charge a phone on the market to date. The third issue is that there is no water resistance rating. Now that being said, the phone is water resistant. OnePlus said during the launch event that it has water resistance that can match any flagship device, and they have tested it to make sure that that is the case. However, I'm personally not going to submerge my phone in water. I'm not going to take it out in the rain unless it has that certification. I just don't feel safe using the phone in those conditions without an IP68 water resistance. And I know that the issue here is that OnePlus just didn't want to pay for the certification. They did do the testing. They know it's water resistant. They just didn't want to pay for the certification, but as a consumer, I just can't trust the fact that there's no certification there. That is an issue for me, but for most people and for you, it is probably not an issue because, as they said, they've done extensive testing on the water resistance of the OnePlus 6, and it is as water resistant as most flagships on the market. The fourth problem is the fact that it does not have a microSD card slot. Devices like the LG G7 and the Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus have a microSD card slot, so you can actually go with the more affordable, lower storage option and then just put in your own micro SD card. The OnePlus 6, however, is going to force you to buy the more expensive version, and I don't really think it's that big of a deal because of the price difference between the OnePlus 6 and other flagship phones on the market. You're going to be able to get that 256 gigabyte version for only, a little less than $600, so I really don't think it's a huge deal. If you need more storage, just go for the larger storage OnePlus 6. Alright, and the last big problem with the OnePlus 6 that may actually be a deal breaker for a lot of you is the fact that it is not going to work on Verizon. If you do have Verizon, you can put your SIM in there. You'll probably be able to make and receive calls, and you might get some old 3G data coming through on the device in some places, but you're not going to have the full user experience, and this is pretty much just a phone to steer clear of if you were on Verizon. Plenty of people are on GSM, so I don't really see it being a major issue for OnePlus, but it would have been nice to see them offer a CDMA version for carriers like Sprint and Verizon here in the US. As you can see here, the problems here are not major deal breakers. This is still a great phone. It's the phone that I will suggest to anybody looking for a phone at around $500. And at that price point, this is the phone to beat in 2018. Before we get out of here, we're gonna take one last look at the sponsor. Just to kind of give you a better idea of how fameproject.org works. It's pretty big news right now that Amazon is visiting cities. They've just finished visiting the top 20 contenders for their new headquarters. You can actually make a guess as to which city you think that they will pick. So the contracts are for the 20 cities that they visited here. You can choose the city that you think that they'll choose and buy either a yes if you wanted to. You could buy no's on all of the cities that you don't think that they'll choose. Once they've chosen the city, that city will receive $1 for the yeses and $0 for the no. To get started, head to the link below and you'll receive $10 of free trading money. That about wraps it up for this video. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel for more content like this in the future. You can find more of me at droidmodderx.com. Follow me on Twitter at droidmodderx. Thanks guys for watching. Be blessed. I'll see you in the next one.